Hello, cyberspace. It is I, Terrasin, your favorite cyber bitch here. Tonight's title, The Musketeers. Since Terra turned to the dark side, what's my Darth name? And let's see. The game you are actually viewing right now on the TV screen is Champions Return to Arms. Again, months ago, my brother loaned me his PS2 when he came down to visit for Christmas. And I just went to a friend's house today, and they had games I didn't have or wasn't already pissed off at. Tonight I have with me, as always, my baby brother, Chunky Monkey.
Hey.
And we have the Nano Reaper.
Hello.
Hopefully we'll have some more people join us. If not, this is only going to run till about 11. Maybe 11:10 since we got off just a little late. So, Nano, I don't know if you had watched my video about the Trump protest I went and filmed.
No, I haven't had time. But like most Trump protests, they probably had about 20 people there, and
less than that.
But the media uses a nice close-in shot, so it looks like 8,000. Yep. And I'm betting there was more armpit hair on the females than there were males.
Sarah? Hello?
The damn roommate called.
Oh.
Oh, so it's time for ghetto Uber?
No, thank the gods.
Oh, well.
No, ghetto Uber is off work tonight.
I was going to say, you could get like a GoPro at some point in time and film the adventures of ghetto Uber.
No, there's no real adventures. But I am driving a rental car right now. It's a Ford Fiesta. I feel like when I say Ford Fiesta, I need to eat some nachos and salsa.
Yeah. You just need a bigger car. Because you can't even put a whole bag of chips in a Ford Fiesta. They're tiny. They're not smart car small, but they're pretty damn close.
Oh, this one's a pretty damn smart car, I will say that.
Well, I mean by smart car, I mean like the itty bitty fucking death machines. No, Ford has done some great things.
You mean those half cars?
Yeah, the half cars. Yeah. I mean, the Ford rental cars do come with interesting features, like the child key that limits the car to 85 miles an hour. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, no, I don't like a key like that. Because I'm sorry, if some bastard, killer is chasing me, I'm gonna go faster than 85.
Well, if they're gonna chase you, they're probably gonna run you down anyway. If you're in a fucking Ford Fiesta.
I don't know. I'm a pretty slippery bitch.
But they're not meant to. They're not meant to run away from anything. I mean, they literally can be overtaken by like things like a fucking work truck. That's the problem with the small cars. It's just they're eh.
I want my map. Where the fuck's my map?
Oh, is this one of those games that doesn't have a map? Yay.
No, it does. You just have to unlock the map.
Oh, so you have a map of the dungeon. Once you found the map, which is probably at the very end of the dungeon, because I'm a sadist and that's how I would design it, be the last thing you get in the dungeon is the fucking map.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But no, Nano, at least go and look at the thumbnail. Did you see the thumbnail in the group chat?
Yeah, the the angry that thing that looks like it was made with MS Paint?
Okay. That I actually made that with GIMP. And what was going on is that gator is a retired Florida Gators emblem. So I used that so I wouldn't get in trouble with UF for using their current emblem. That was already a PNG with the transparent background, so I didn't have to do much extra to it. And then, of course, I found some images of Trump. One of them being Trump with like this roast beef sandwich that looks like a vagina. I seriously thought about using that one, but I opted against it.
All roast beef sandwiches look like a vagina.
Yeah. But I ended up just working with it, you know, the wall for Trump's wall. And yeah, Florida Gators against Trump.
All right, but to be fair, it's college students. They would have a dildo.
No, there was one college student I saw there.
Okay, these are leftists. They would have a dildo and a squirt gun.
No, these are leftists. They're not going to have any gun.
It's a squirt gun, which, you know, they fill with their boyfriend's spooge so they can shoot it at other men.
I'm sure it would still trigger them.
Oh, I'm absolutely trying to trigger them. Because I'm calling the fucking anti-Trumpers, the little crybabies, a bunch of fucking faggots.
Yeah. I went there, and the only question I asked them is, so why are you protesting? And they try and fucking attack me.
Of course they do, because you can't talk. Okay, here's the thing: when you deal with the left in general, or they're all emotions and feelings, and not freaking logic or arguments. They're like, oh, well, we need to stop Trump. Why do you need to stop Trump? Well, the wall is the wall is a waste of money. You know, walls do keep people out. I mean, there's a reason why all your idols, you know, Alyssa Milano, Ashley Judd, Bernie Sanders, live in gated communities. It's to keep riffraff like you that don't have washed feet out. I mean, walls and fences work. If they didn't, you know, rich Democrats wouldn't hide behind them. You know, and this is the thing is when you're dealing with these people is they're not going to have a logical argument. Well, they'll still get the drugs in, of course, because you're not. It's laws of fucking supply and demand. You're not going to. As long as people want to fucking do drugs, you know, they're going to find a way to get it in. You know,
most definitely.
I mean, it's like, oh, well, if we make murder illegal, people are going to stop killing each other. How did that work again? Because last time we checked, you know, murder's been illegal and people are still killing each other. Well, if we made, you know, just putting up, you know what, if it makes it harder for illegal narcotics to enter the country, then, you know what, then it's, well, let me get this shit right there. It's what it's going to do is it's going to actually cause the street price to go up because the demand isn't going to go down, but the supply. If you can limit the supply, you can you'll make it cost prohibitive. Except for meth heads, they're going to steal the shit anyway, and they're just going to make it in the fucking basement. But the point is, if you make it hard, if you put a physical barrier there, it makes it harder. And that's the point. And then you have the argument, oh, they're just dig under it. Seismic sensors. Have you ever heard of those? They use them in Korea to fucking detect the North Koreans tunneling underneath. Now, I'm not suggesting that we be as cruel and inhumane as South Koreans and flood the fuck. Wait until you hear them digging, and then flood the fucking tunnels with ice cold water. But if it works, why? If it's cruel and it works, it still works.
Very true.
Now, the point of the matter is, it's a national emergency. Yo, dude, when you actually look at the way the money's going to be spent, the national emergency funds won't be touched until 2020 anyway. Because there's real simple math here. There's 1.4 from the bill, which was a trash bill. But it was the best bill that you could get. So, you proved your point. You've made the Democrats give you some money for it. Then you take the 1.4 from seized funds that cannot be contested. I mean, there's no credible lawsuits against this. I mean, we're not talking about El Chapo, although, we're going to get his money too. Fucking garbage, piece of garbage. And so we're going, that's 2.8. And then you have another 2 billion, I think it's 2.3 billion you can get from the Army Corps of Engineers for domestic projects, which the Congress can't stop either. So that ends up being 5.5 billion before you even go to the state of the emergency to make up the shortfall. So forget it. The fence is getting built. It's not really a wall. It's a fucking fence. It's a fucking metal fence.
Yeah. They're like, those people deserved, asylum. I'm like, we don't have to offer them asylum.
Wrong. They do not deserve asylum because, according to the international law, economic hardship is not a legitimate reason to seek asylum. Secondly,
I tried to explain that to them, and they're like, "No, you're wrong."
Well, they're an idiot and haven't read any kind of international law. Secondly, when you are fleeing a legitimate asylum, let's just say it was just for point of argument.
For fun.
They're fleeing Honduras, okay? El Salvador, wherever. And they cross into Mexico. And Mexico offers them asylum. Okay, by not taking asylum in Mexico, they forfeit all claims to asylum anywhere else. You don't get to asylum shop. It doesn't work.
Can be choosers.
Exactly. Mexico's like, we'll offer you asylum. They're like, no, we want to go to the U.S. get free shit. So now fuck them. And I've got a way to make Mexico pay for this shit too. You got these caravans. Just have general contractors pull up at the border in their pickup trucks, pick them up for day labor, have them build the damn wall for a day, then take them to the ICE deportation center. You don't even have to pay them. Boom, send them right back across the border.
Could they sue for that?
Nope.
Technically, yes, but what court in the southern district of is going to listen to that shit? I think
Texas is turning bluer.
If they were turning blue, why couldn't they get fucking Beto elected? He did spend more money in his fucking campaign than the 4 poorest countries on the face of the earth's GDP annually. That guy was a fucking loser. That's why he can't get elected. And I'm going to put it this way. The Rio Grande Valley has always been blue. Well, just that shit stain of the Texas, U.S.-Texas border. San Antonio is blue. Houston is blue. Dallas is blue. The problem is The problem is that it's not that there's certain pockets of Texas is getting blue, but the vast majority of the state is still fucking red. And the thing is if you follow my idea of forever taking people's citizenship away that were born in New York or California, you've suddenly read the country back up. Fucking commies anyway.
So, because of that protest I went to, man, them fuckers were psycho.
Yes, they are. They're being they're irrational. I've seen it in every protest. They throw shit. They act like fucking idiots. They call you a Nazi. They scream at you. You confront them with questions or facts. They get angry.
Yep.
And then you broadcast it on YouTube, and it's like it's like a lot of people say, and like I say, you don't argue with liberals.
I told them it was live on YouTube.
They don't care. They're shrieking violence. They don't give a shit. But no, the reason you don't fucking argue with liberals, no, you can have an argument with a liberal, but you're not trying to change their mind when you present them with facts and logic. What you're trying to do is you're trying to convince the moderate that's overhearing your conversation. You're not having an argument you never argue with a liberal. Have an argument with a liberal, but understand this, that you're not going to change their mind. They are set in their fucking way. But what you do is you have the argument for the person that doesn't have a defined political position. The person listening. And when you say, well, here's the thing, fact A, fact B, fact C, logical this, logical that, and they hit you back with feelings, straw man, logical fallacies, and all those other arguments that liberals like to do, they look like an idiot to anybody that has a brain. Because when you say, well, okay, if we build a wall, it'll provide a physical barrier to make it more difficult for illegals to enter this country. It's not illegal on stolen land. Wah! No, it wasn't stolen. Texas wasn't stolen from Mexico. They lost a fucking war. The treaty that brought in the West into again, Mexico lost a war. The Gadsden Purchase, it isn't stolen if we paid for it. You know?
Pretty much.
And
one thing I'm getting tired of is they're like, oh, we stole it. No, we paid for that shit.
Oh, and then this Native Americans had it. No, you know why? Because Native Americans had no concept of land ownership until the white man arrived. And not only that, they were busy going to war with each other and killing each other. Okay, it wasn't like kumbaya, you know? You know what it was? It was cannibalism. It's human sacrifice. It was fucking genocide. That was all taking place in the North and South American landscape prior to white people getting here. You know, the Spanish conquistadors put an end in Central America to human sacrifice on a mass religious, socially acceptable scale. You know, the whites came in and, you know what? There's one important lesson, or I'm going to get to this really quickly, that we can get to. That we can get to on Native Americans. The one thing we should learn from them is secure our fucking borders. I mean, that's the one takeaway I can take from it.
Pretty much. I mean, walls work.
Walls work. You know, I mean, fuck.
But after this protest, I changed parties.
Dude, I've been telling you forever that the fucking that the biggest problem with the left is they're fucking clinically insane. I mean, they want a bunch of free shit. Well, here's the problem. Nothing's free. Somebody has to pay for it. Oh, well, we're going to tax the billionaires. Well, you're going to tax the people that create wealth. Congratulations on being stupid. I mean, I'm not going to be the one to sit here and goes, well, you know, it's like look at New York City. Look at the walking meme of a representative that we need to give as much airtime as possible to, just simply to point out how stupid they are. Or Alexandria fucking Cortez, because nobody can remember her goddamn middle name. Right.
Crazy bitch that high-fived the air.
Yeah, amongst other things. She's just fucking nuts. And I'm going to be blunt there because I don't care. I don't care who I offend. I'm not like other people. That it's going to be like, oh, we can't offend people because they might be, they're fifis. I'm like, dude, if I hurt your feelings, fuck you, drive on. And the thing of the ultimate part of this whole thing is you're sitting here listening to these people go, oh my God. And that's how they sound. Is they're coming in there with their logic, with their they don't have a reason point. When you argue with them, they sound like fucking asshats. And it's really funny to listen to them because they don't have a logical argument. And they're like, oh my God, he looked at me. That's sexual harassment. I'll be this way. Okay. You know what? Me too. Hashtag where you looked at me. I'm like, okay, you know what? Next time a fucking fat ass chick fucking looks at me that is fucking wide as she is tall, with a fucking word sexy on her fucking sweatpants that look like leggings because they're a size too small, and Walmart looks at me, I'm gonna fucking file a sexual harassment complaint on her, because you know what? I did not want to be objectified by a fucking land whale. I mean, first of all, here's the thing: you shouldn't wear sweatpants with words on the ass if the letters are so big they can be used as registration numbers on a Cessna. I mean, you know, it's the thing.
Baby brother, are you alive? I'm surprised you didn't laugh your ass off of that one.
Sorry, I was busy packing. What are you saying?
He said you should wear pants where the letters are so large that they can register as serial numbers on a Cessna.
What's a Cessna?
Plane.
Oh.
If your ass is, you know those sweatpants that have the fucking letters on them,
like juicy on the butt and shit like that.
Yeah, if the letters are so big because you're so fucking huge on the ass of your pants that they can be used as in numbers, registration numbers on aircraft, you shouldn't be wearing them.
Oh, you mean like on the tails?
Yeah, on the tail. Well, mostly on a Cessna, it's not on the tail. It's actually on the fuselage.
Well, I don't know what a Cessna looks like.
Like any high-wing, small private plane. The point is the numbers are about a foot tall.
How do you spell Cessna?
C-E-N... No, C-E-S-S-N-A. I'm pretty sure that's how it is. Google will correct it for you. I mean, the point is you're dealing with fucking really, really really, really a party that has lost its shit. I mean, the Democratic Party, I want to say 30 years ago, wasn't that bad. They were. The problem is they've forgotten what their base is, and only are identifying with the most extreme fringe memberships. I mean, they're like straight up, oh, well, how are we going to get younger people to vote? Promise them free shit. Well, here's the problem with free shit is somebody has to pay for it. I mean, what are you going to do? Oh, we're going to tax the billionaires. Well, billionaires create jobs. Government doesn't. But, you know, apparently economics is not taught in schools anymore.
No, it's actually not.
Was when I was in high school.
Depends on the state. Wasn't taught in Florida.
Well, and another thing is you have like just a lot of policies are just retarded. But you know, I fully expect that.
All right, so baby brother, you got any news pulled up? You can even go ahead and pull up news in my count.
I'm looking some up. Jesse Smollett was arrested, turned himself in.
Yeah, he was arrested at 5 a.m. He turned himself in at 5 a.m. This morning.
The guy who at the press release pulled no punches.
The guy's a fucking idiot. But that's okay. I mean, the guy's gonna fucking... He's not gonna go to jail, I'm gonna put it that way. They're gonna give him probation because he's famous. It's not like they're gonna throw him under the fucking jail like you should. I mean, he was being cut from the series. I mean, first of all, I've never seen Empire. Not gonna
I never heard of Empire till this came out.
Yeah, exactly.
I've heard of it. I have no interest in watching it.
I'm like, wait, we're gonna watch a show about hip. Nope. Unless it's a documentary about the Beastie Boys, don't fucking care. Since we're doing news, yeah. Peter Tork, of the Monkees has died today.
Yeah.
Oh no.
He was 77.
Still, oh no's. Hey, hey, we're the Monkees.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't like the Monkees? I mean, they were the first made-for-TV band.
And they weren't half bad.
Yeah, I mean, back when music could be, you know, family friendly.
Yeah.
So,
I've got some John Wayne news.
If you're going to talk about how he was racist, that's fucking old as hell.
It's time to take John Wayne's name off the Orange County Airport.
They can go suck a big fat donkey dick, leave the Duke alone.
Oh, they probably enjoy sucking a big fat donkey dick.
Okay, how's this? They can suck John Wayne's necrotic dick.
I wouldn't want them to do that. That would be fucking disingenuous to the fucking or fucking disrespectful to one of the greatest actors of all time. No, as far as I'm concerned, they can go start a shotgun. if you need that metaphor explained to you, well, you're fucking fail.
Yeah, I even commented on one of these things where they're like, "Oh my God, John Wayne was such a piece of shit." I'm like, why who the fuck cares? I was like, he was born in a different era. He was a great actor.
Well, here's the thing I'm going to say. First of all, do not hold up people from a different time period to your fucking ridiculous.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to get at.
Ridiculous standard of what constitutes modern day racism. Okay? And, okay, let me put it this way. Through most of human history, homosexuality has not been fucking okay. All right? So let's just deal with that shit. Let's deal with the shit that the only time it's ever okay is when a society is fucking morally falling apart. I mean, you want to sit.
Let the Duke rest in peace. I was like, and you guys need to stop digging in the past to find something to get bent out of shape over. How about you guys get pissed because a kid was arrested for not saying the pledge in class?
I'm not going to even get upset about that. I mean, that to me is social issues are not something worth getting fucking upset about. I mean, why aren't they getting upset that they're fucking paying they live in California and they're paying between 25 and 30% of their fucking money that they earn to the government in taxes. And that's a reason to get upset. Getting upset over a kid not saying the fucking pledge or being arrested.
No, I was just making a point. You know, they need to stop digging in the past to find something to get offended about because they're going to get fucking offended. Because there's going to be something there to offend them.
Well, you know, everybody. But see, this is the age of the perpetually offended child, man-child. And I'm sure right now, if one of them was watching it, they were like, "I'm gonna find out who this fucker is, and I'm gonna dox him." Yeah. Good luck with that. You're not gonna affect my life. So the main problem is with these generation is it doesn't matter what it is. You could go outside and tell them, "Hey, the sky is blue." "I'm offended. It's purple." Yeah. Okay. Hey. Hey, miss, how are you doing? "How dare you assume my gender?" Well, you don't have a beard, and you know you have boobs, and you're wearing a skirt so short I can see your fucking camel toe through your thongs. So I'm gonna assume you're a fucking chick. You know, or you see somebody walking around with a fucking 5 o'clock shadow and a fucking bulge in their fucking pants with purple hair, and you're like, "Hey, dude, what's going on? How dare you assume that I'm a dude? I identify as fucking trans lesbian person of color unicorn." Okay, so you're a mythical creature. Go away. How dare you assume? I will never ask anyone what their fucking pronouns are. Fuck that. That's fucking stupid. If you got a dick, you're a dude. If you got a fucking twat, you're a chick.
Makes sense to me.
I mean, you can't argue with biology. Gender is not a social construct.
Baby brother, go ahead and read it. I'm good with that.
I figured you'd be more interested in reading it.
No, you can. I want to hear the blushing in your voice.
Oh, fuck. I should have seen that coming. Hang on, let me make drink out of the freezer.
Yeah, save me from having to read it so I can at least go fucking off on somebody.
Hand jobs. Controversial name of Ohio nail salon grips attention.
Sounds like
Huh?
Sounds like a fucking funny name to me.
An Ohio nail salon's cheeky name is apparently rubbing people the wrong way. Officials from Perkins Township have ordered business owner Dawn Moon to take down the sign of her business, Hand Jobs Nail and Spa, after it received a number of complaints from town residents. While the business name with the double entendre is meant to garner, is meant to garner attention, it drew so much negative feedback that the township had to react.
Had to react.
That's what I said.
Had to. No, I'm using air quotes there. As in, some puritanical moral busybodies got involved.
Mm-hmm. I have to take into consideration the entire feel and community of Perkins Township. Perkins Township zoning director Megan Sherlin told Cleveland 19 News. Moon earlier told Cleveland 19 that in less than a week after the nail salon's opening, the whole country knows about us. If you go in and get your nose done, it's called a nose job, right? Well, you come in and get your hands done, said Moon. You think of something like that and don't know if you'll ever do it, but I did. While Perkins Township may have received complaints about the hand job's name, Moon said she was granted a license and intends on keeping it as is. She claims her customers and employees get a kick out of the name, and nearby businesses have no problem with it. Moon says she has received some negative feedback. Not very classy, not very community friendly, she said of one of the complaints. The business owner plans to appeal the zoning disapproval. Moon's nail salon isn't the first business in recent months to make headlines over its humorous name. In January, a Keene NH, I guess that's New Hampshire, restaurant called, Faux Keene Great drew ire because its name sounded like profanity. The establishment's sign was later approved by city officials. That's it.
Well, I mean, okay, this brings back to, first of all, it's clearly an Asian woman that owns this place. Because, Moon.
I don't know, it's PHO instead of FU. And it's also KEENE.
No, I'm talking about the hand job salon. It's clearly, her last name is Moon. Clearly an Asian woman. So First of all, congrats.
It's a hippie name because it's MOON.
No,
not like it's FUN.
No, MOON is a fucking Korean spelling.
Oh.
So first of all, congratulations on playing off on every fucking trope there and making it work for you. I hate moral puritanicalism and that's trying to fucking ruin humor. I think it's a wonderful name. I think it's funny. You know what? If you don't like the name,
don't shop there.
Fucking don't go there. I you know what? I'm pretty sure there's another fucking nail salon. Within 20 miles. If you don't like, it's not like anybody's holding a fucking gun to your head and going, don't go, you have to go to hand jobs to get your nails done. Fucking go somewhere else. All right? You don't like the fucking name. You know what? Are the girls in there fucking jacking dicks off? No.
I found Dawn Moon on Facebook. She's white.
How?
Business owner, nail artist at Hand Jobs Nail and Spa.
I mean, well, it still plays off the fucking trope. Let's see. Fuck it. Who cares? Who gives a fuck? I think it's fucking hilarious. Yeah, she's white. Who cares? There's been some complaints. Oh, great. There's fucking people that are upset about this shit. Who fucking cares? Don't care. Go somewhere else. You know? I mean, it's Ohio. It's Perkins Township, which tells me it's a small town. Go to the next small town if there's not another fucking. Oh, you know what? Let's look it up. Let's see. Let's Google nail salons in Perkins Township, Ohio. Hey, I'm not trying to fucking type that. Okay, come here.
Oh, but Pho King is Asian. The Vietnamese restaurant.
Yeah. You know what? The Slants are a K-pop band. Okay.
Yeah, I think they actually call themselves that to raise awareness of the slur.
Okay.
Oh,
well,
no,
you
it's
know
take
what?
back power of the slur.
Okay. I am looking at Perkinstown, Perkinstown Township, Ohio's nail salons. I'm just going to see this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20. Oh, wait. There's another page. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. There are 31 fucking nail salons plus hand jobs. If you don't like if you don't want to go to hand jobs to get your nails done, you have 31 other choices.
That's
Quit bitching.
You.
I mean, come on. You know what? I looked at that and I was like, God damn, you can fucking throw a rock in that town and hit a nail salon.
Yeah, that's the way it is here too.
I mean,
every shopping
that's
center,
like a
fucking nail salon.
That's like going to fucking Florida and not hitting a tanning salon. You know,
which I think is stupid to have in Florida.
Well, the idea is you want to be tan for the first day of summer.
Well, it's Florida.
I don't know.
Tan year round, you stupid bitch.
Hey, if somebody wants to lay under fucking light tubes and do that, I don't fucking care. Okay? Again, people and their money. Let them spend it how they want. You know, fuck it. As long as it's not illegal and they're not buying meth, fuck it. I don't care what they fucking buy. And it's their money. They earned it. They can spend it better than anybody else. You know, just like I can, you know, I can spend my money better than on shit I need than you can spend than you could. Just saying. And that would be the, you know, that's it. That's the point I got to make on that. That's just pointless. It's just puritanical bullshit.
Yeah, but yeah. Then again,
it's moral busybody. It's moral busybodies is what that is. I mean that's as bad as, you know. There's some things you shouldn't fuck with. Like, oh, I don't know. They recently found and I don't have the actual article for this, but they recently found flash frozen cave lions cubs. And of course, somebody says, "Well, we can bring their species back," and I'm like, "No."
Have they not watched Jurassic Park?
Yeah, that's my thought. I mean, yes, I know they're trying to bring back mammoths from fucking, and I guess you need to bring back a predator to hunt the mammoths. I mean, personally, I'm like, hey, bring them back. I want to shoot one and mount its fucking carcass and have its carcass stuffed. You know, can't say that any species brought back from extinction can be given that it was not around within living memory of man as a species should and can be protected. To me, that's just like, you want to bring back mammoths? Cool. Let one get big enough and have some nice tusks. I'm gonna go shoot that son of a bitch and mount the fucking head on my wall. I mean, that's just my thinking, but you know, I would do it just to offend people. I don't fucking care.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind for them to bring back the dodo bird, just so I can see what the fuck it looks like.
But see, they have like nice scientific drawings of the dodo bird. I mean, as much as like, honest to God, the dodo bird deserved to be extinct. It was literally too stupid to live.
Yeah, it got eaten out of extinction. But, you know, I wouldn't mind it if they brought back the tiger wolf.
Again, things die out for reasons.
Oh, no, that one, it didn't just die out. It was hunted out of existence, worse than the dodo bird, only because because it was in Australia, I think it was, because they felt it was a nuisance animal.
It probably was for livestock.
Which animal?
It's called the tiger wolf.
Oh.
Or tiger dog. They considered it to be the equivalent of a coyote.
I thought you were talking about a dire wolf.
Mm-mm.
No, it was hunted into extinction because, well, we don't know if it was just hunting or it was the fact that it had a new competition for resources with the feral dingo.
Yeah, I think Australia had to put that one on the endangered species list.
Oh no, there's plenty of fucking dingoes. All dingoes are a descendants of fucking feral dogs. They're what happens when you take a dog and you turn it and it goes back to doing what dogs do best.
Speaking of dogs, mine is behind me scratching himself. I wore his ass out today. I went hunting for a car. I'm trying to buy through the owner instead of having to go through a fucking dealership. And
again, I don't understand why people do that, but
ours is mostly because we cannot afford car payments. We cannot afford full coverage. Here in Florida, we have this wonderful thing called PIP.
Or if you're making payments on a car, by the way, that's most states. If you're making payments on a car that you have to carry full coverage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
yeah, I know. But in Florida, you know, if you aren't making payments on a car, if you don't have a car note or car loan, you can get this wonderful thing called PIP, personal injury protection. And it only costs, depending on the car and the driver, it'll cost you maybe $50 a month. I've seen it lower. I've seen it higher.
Yeah, so you want to buy for cash, and to get rid of your fucking ghetto Uber mobile.
Yeah.
I would like to point out that there is a BMW out there, brand new, that is under $10,000.
Cash wise, my roommate's not willing to pay more than $1,000, so I showed her a 1989 Honda Civic, and she's like, "Oh no, that's way too old." I was like, "You're only willing to go for $1,000? Okay, this is the age range you're going for on a fucking car." I said, "In a Honda Civic, this age, there's parts to be found, and you can hop in this bitch and drive to your home state and back, no problem." Of course, my aunt is saying, "You're not a mechanic. You don't know that." Everyone I speak to are like, "Yeah, Honda Civics are fucking great, especially if you get the older ones. They're metal. You can swap out parts constantly." I had no problems with my Civic until the alternator started going out. And that's just because I was wearing that fucking car out.
I'm just going to point out this whole metal car thing is not always a good thing. Plastic cars do get better fuel economy. Honestly, I don't understand why anybody, unless you're just fucking dead broke, why anybody would want a used car. Because they ultimately end up with being a lot more problems than they're worth. I mean, you're inheriting someone else's problems. But if you're only willing to spend $1,000, yeah, go look at Auto Trader, go look at Craigslist. And whatever you do not buy domestic, because American-made cars that old are fucking garbage.
The only American-made cars I would buy that are that old, only you can afford.
Yeah, well, any car that old, all right, in that age group, I ain't buying anything. Let's say
you know what I'm getting at, because it would only be American muscle cars that I would be going after if I'm looking at that.
Yeah, well, I'd rather spend money on something a little more collectible, like a vintage Aston Martin DB5.
No, I was just stating, if I'm going to look at something that old that's domestic made, it's going to be American muscle. I just don't have the money for American muscle.
Well, I was also trying to point out, but I was going to say, if she was willing to go up to $10,000, there is a brand new BMW, brand new, that you can get for under $10,000.
I personally don't want BMW because they're too expensive to work on.
Okay, first of all, are you hearing what I'm saying? Brand new BMW, under $10,000.
Do me a favor, send me a link to it and I'll send it to her.
Oh, you're going to get a good laugh out of this. I'm just going to share this with the stream real quick. It's a fucking moped.
Oh, that? Yeah, no.
I'm going to still send you the fucking link just because I think it's fucking hilarious.
Okay, and I'll send it to her.
Because it is a brand new BMW. It does do highway speeds. It's just a moped. I laugh at it because I think it's fucking funny. It's base priced at like $7,800 right now. So, you could be like, I mean, as a joke, I would get one if I was in the market for a motorcycle or a moped, just so I could pull up and say, yeah, I got a Beamer. Fucking buy a Beamer. Goddamn poorly engineered vehicles. The only thing they make worth of shit, in my opinion, has two wheels anyway. But yeah, let's just be blunt there. I think it'd be funny.
Oh.
All right. Is there anything else we're going to cover so we can keep this moving along?
Baby brother, have you found anything else?
Let's see. Colorado is pushing a bill that would allow let's see. Senate Bill 42 faced stiff opposition from the GOP as it made its way through the Colorado legislature in recent weeks, ending its hours of. It doesn't say what it's doing. Basically, they're trying to push a bill that would allow them to bypass the Electoral College.
Oh, no. What the bill? Okay, I've seen this bill, and yes, it should be destroyed. What it is they would give their electoral votes to the winner of the popular election.
Yeah, I've heard that there's some kind of organization that's trying to make this compact with other states that would mandate that they would give their electoral college votes to whoever run the popular vote, and it doesn't go into effect until they have the necessary states to bypass the electoral college.
Well, here's the thing: people proposing that should be dragged out and hung. Okay, because no, I'm going to put it this way: I do not want New York and LA picking the president. New York is a shithole that should be nuked. Same goes for LA. You take all of the garbage in this country, with the exception of the garbage that is fucking shoved up next to the Great Lakes called Chicago, the garbage that's in the middle of Texas called Austin. The rest of the garbage and shit in this country is in New York, Miami, and Los Angeles, California, and San Francisco. I mean, in all honesty, those are the biggest. I mean, people are like, oh, you don't want to go to New York. No, I don't want to go to New York. I fucking hate the idea of New York. It's a fucking shithole. Sorry, Scooby, it's a shithole. You live in a third world country.
Oh, he'll agree with you.
You live in a third world country that takes away $25 billion in tax revenue. Oh, God.
He agrees with you, I'm sure.
Is in LA? You know what the difference between LA and New York is? Palm trees versus obnoxious accents that you can pinpoint. You can go, somebody's from New York because they say they're from New York. The difference is in California that they got fucking palm trees and not as obnoxious of an accent. People from California are just as ignorant. They're like, well, we need to have electric cars everywhere. Where the fuck you going to charge that out in fucking Utah?
Oh, speaking of shitholes, guess what Denver did?
Having record numbers of homeless people and allowing people to defecate and piss on the streets?
Yeah, they decriminalized that.
Because they have so many fucking stoner potheads coming in from other... It's the same thing that happened in Amsterdam.
They people also like, go to convenience of immigrants.
Okay. Let's not call them immigrants because that's not an accurate term of it. Let's call them what they are. Fucking homeless bums. All right. They moved up there thinking, oh, I'm going to move up to to the free pot, to the place where pot's legal. I have no job skills, but, I have no job skills, but here's what I'm going to do. I am going to, I'm going to move to New York City, or I'm going to move to Denver and get everything, and so I can get free pot. Okay, that's cool. Well, here's the problem with this. They don't have jobs. Denver's expensive. I mean, ridiculously fucking expensive. And boom. Yeah. So at the end of the day, what they do is they end up costing more money. So that then all of a sudden they have no prospects for what they're going to do when they get there. It's like, whatever. So now they're homeless. And so now they got to decriminalize like shitting on the street, probably because they don't have enough room in the jail to house them all.
I'm just wondering when the fuck we went back to the 1800s.
When you legalize pot in one state and a bunch of potheads move there with no job skills, planning on just staying or sitting around getting stoned, and then they run out of money after a couple of months and they have no place to stay, so they don't want to go back home. So they walk around on the streets, homeless, smoking pot, playing hacky sack.
Yeah, it's just, again, I guess my generation was the last one to be raised to have decent work ethics. I don't know.
You know, it's not a generational thing. It's a shitty human thing. It's because there are plenty of people from all generations that have good work ethics. The problem is when you grow up in a city, you usually don't.
I guess maybe because, you know, my town's actually a decent place to live for the most part.
Well,
I don't know.
They needed snipers to watch over for someone to talk out of college.
Do what?
I said Gainesville needed snipers to watch over while someone talked out of college.
Oh, no, those snipers were going to take him out if he stepped out of line. That's what it was for.
I seriously doubt that.
No, it was.
What? Who was going to take out who?
Richard Spencer went to talk in Gainesville. The governor of Florida declared a state of emergency, and they needed snipers doing Overwatch during the speech.
No, see, the thing is the snipers they chose were from the Florida National Guard. Those National Guardsmen were going to take out Spencer regardless of what their orders were.
I doubt that. Because then they would be fucking sitting in Leavenworth Federal Penitentiary.
No, it was only if he acted out or caused another North Carolina incident.
See, was he even there for that?
Yes, he was there for that.
But he didn't cause that. A bunch of fucking dumbasses.
The police moving out was what caused it. They allowed the two groups to mix.
Yeah, and sitting there saying National Guard and sniper is laughable. Okay, they're called the Nasty Girls for a reason. We also call them LARPing at being in the military. Kind of like I make fun of the militia movement. Because you know what? If you do it one weekend a month, you're not actually in the military.
Well, my fiance's only National Guard because he's working on getting his officers. And he, you know, his ex-wife caused a whole bunch of shit, so he's taking care of his kids. Otherwise, you know, he's always been regular Army.
Yeah, but another thing is saying that they're just going to take out somebody like that. That's saying that they would be willing to commit murder for because unfortunately they're going to deploy snipers and any kind of containment like that not to take somebody out, because if they did that, trust me, the fucking state of Florida would be a fucking war zone. Whether you like Richard Spencer, disagree with Richard Spencer, I think Richard Spencer's kind of a douchebag. But you know what? He has a right to talk about what he wants to talk about. You know, just like the guy that runs the Daily Stormer has a right to have his website. You know, I don't, you know what? You don't want to fucking associate with that shit. That's fine. But my problem is when you come out there and you try to stop somebody. And to say that the government would fucking condone a public assassination like that is ridiculous. I mean, Florida's stupid, but not that fucking stupid.
I don't know. Have you met someone here?
And to say that someone, a government or someone in the National Guard would outright murder because they would think they would be preventing a riot, or they were going to do it because of, or they were going to do it for some reason or another. Basically, what you're saying is that they have no discipline. In which case, I mean, if they were doing that, then they would end up in federal pen, and they would end up dead. I mean, executed. Probably by the Aryan Brotherhood. So, I mean, this is the thing is, no, the snipers were not there to take out fucking Richard Spencer. The snipers were there to provide fucking precision marksman support for ground forces on the ground to contain something if there is a riot. The problem is college kids don't understand the fact that, you know what, just because somebody says something that you disagree with doesn't mean they don't have a right to fucking say it. And that's, you know what, if you want to ask me, the biggest problem facing this country is teachers. Because teachers from kindergarten on are putting this through kids' heads that you need to be a good little communist, and if anybody says something you don't like, you have the right to perform physical violence on them. And as long as we have teachers teaching that, we have a problem in this country. I mean, if you don't like Richard Spencer talking, don't go for it. Fuck, it's not hard.
I actually agree with that. But most of them went there to protest, and they were. He went there to talk. It's just the protesters were louder than him.
Well, you want to go. No. Modern college students don't go to protest. They go to start shit. I mean, look at the Berkeley riots. Look at fucking other places. Look at like Austin. Look at fucking Charlotte. They go there intentionally seeking a confrontation. If you want to protest, that's one thing. If you're going there to start a fucking fight, that's another.
No, they were actually there to protest. They didn't start a fight. They were just louder than Richard Spencer in the Performing Arts Hall.
Well, see, here's the thing. If they were there to protest, then they should have done it outside the hall.
Oh, there were people outside the hall. These people actually paid money to get inside.
Okay, if you don't agree with the guy's message, why are you giving him money? You're just being dumb at that point. Oh, we're going to go there. We're going to boo him. You're making him fucking rich. You know how you keep people from Richard Spencer from being invited to fucking universities to speak? Is you don't go when they come. And then the college, they have to pay them, their speaking fee, right? Well, the college does that on the actual hope of recouping it through ticket sales. Well, here's the thing. If you don't want this motherfucker to speak, rather than fucking go there and scream at him and give them the media attention that they want and desire, boycott them. Because you know what? You go in there and if the guy is getting, say, $25,000, right? Speaking fee, plus the electricity to run the fucking holiday, blah, 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 right? And then, so you have the tickets for sale for $10, right? We're just doing this because easy math. And 25 people go to show up. You made $250. All right? Follow me here. So you're at 2. Okay, even excluding freaking operational costs, extra security, whatever, which actually probably went ridiculously expensive right here. Okay. So the guy gets paid $25,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's $250 generated in ticket sales. Minus all thing out, the school is out $24,750. Guess what? They're not going to invite him back because he's a bad investment. It's far more effective than 100 people at 100 people at say $10 a piece going in, and I'm being there'd have to be 1,000 or 25,000 people there to make for that really to break, or 2,500 people for there to break even. So my numbers are probably all fudge, but they were just made up for basic math. The point is, boycott would be more effective. If you're gonna protest outside. Don't give these motherfuckers that you disagree with funds. Don't fuel their message by paying to go see them. Even in protest, you are financially funding a movement that you disagree with. That's like paying $250. That's like paying $2,000 to go see Michelle Obama just to go say you suck. Really? You just gave the bitch $2,000. Who sucks? Her for fucking you disagreeing with her, or you for being a dumbass that just handed her $2,000?
Oh no, I get it. I watched everything on YouTube and everything like that, even though I didn't live far from.
I'm just saying, if you disagree with somebody, don't fuel them. Don't fund them. And by don't fund them, I mean, don't buy tickets to see them. You're directly supporting them at that point. That's like saying, oh, I don't like person Y, but I'm going to pledge on their Patreon $100 a month because I hate them. You're giving that fucker $100,000 or $100 a month. You're giving that fucker $1,200 a year because you hate them. What kind of sense money does that make? It doesn't. It makes no logical sense at all. You'd be better off
about emotion than logic.
Well, to be honest, probably somebody doing that, their parents is giving that person $100 a month because they're using mommy and daddy's credit card. But irregardless, don't fuel the hate, your enemy's hate financially. If you don't like their message, don't donate to them. That's like saying, I hate guns, but I'm going to go become a lifetime member of the NRA because I want to ban all the guns. I mean, that's just like knucklehead fucking levels of stupidity.
Any other news, baby brother?
Let's see.
Do you know you can buy gangster garden gnomes?
Oh my god, I got to get some from my bestie.
Oh god, St. Paul School District. Huh?
Well, we're having dead air, so I had to fill it with something.
St. Paul School District asked to make ethnic studies class mandatory.
Ethnic studies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that going to include the white man?
Let's see.
Probably not.
Yeah, see, if it's not including Caucasian or white, then it's not true ethnic studies because, you know, just because you have tan, brown, or olive colored skin doesn't mean that's the only ethnicity.
I mean, we can force people to say, see, here, this goes down to the whole Western civilization sucks. You're welcome for electricity, the internet, computers, roads, internal combustion engine, you know, firearms. I mean, yeah, the Chinese made black powder. It took a white guy to figure out how to actually make it worthwhile. You know, just fucking A. It's more of a white shaming shit. I mean, whatever. Fuck off. Don't care. Take your again. When I say the education system is waging war against the American people, because all they want to do is basically they basically want to destroy this. They want to destroy our society through guilt, and because liberal white children feel a lot of guilt because they feel like they've oppressed everybody because of, oh my God, my oppression. Fuck off. By the way, you're welcome for the cures for most of your fucking horrible diseases that go through the bloody third world.
So, Nana, did you know that here in Florida, the state gets to dictate when you can and can't take your kid out of school? Like even for vacation, whether it's educational or not?
That's most states. They have like summer break for a reason.
Well, see, the thing is my roommate's grandmother, her son's grandmother, came into town. And this bitch does this often. And so she's taking her son out of school for just 2 days. And they're like, oh, this is going to count against his unexcused absences. Well, not for you to say whether or not it's unexcused. Fact is she's the mother. She can decide when the kid is taken in and out of school. As long as he doesn't miss so many that, you know, he has to be held back. What's the fucking problem?
The problem is you've got some people that would pull their kids out of fucking any other reason for any reason under the sun. So there has to be some form of fucking standards of the reasons why someone can be absent from school and why they can't.
Yeah,
I mean,
shit.
It's the point of school. You know, it comes down to what school's ultimate purpose is, and that is to prepare someone to enter the workforce. My grandma's going to be in town. Well, but I don't have any vacation days. I should be able to take it and still get, you know, still not get fired.
No. If he's actually learning something, I'm all for it. When I was in school, I got pulled out several times, you know, at least once during the school year for something. And one of the times I was going to North Carolina, and the teacher was like, oh, it's the middle of the year. You can't do that. And my grandmother looks at her and goes, watch me. Well, the only way I'll accept it is if she, you know, writes a paper on something historical.
I mean, I'm going to put it this way, though. It's the point is holding parents. Ultimately, the point of school is, like I've said before, and I just stated, is to get kids ready for the workforce. In the workforce, you don't get to say, oh, I think I'm not going to go to work today because,
no,
you know.
You don't get to say that. I should know that for a fact because that's part of the reason why I have so many mental issues.
You don't get to just say, oh, I don't want to go to work today because, you know, this, or this. Well, you're fired. I mean, that's just the fucking way it works. And school is a preparatory for the workplace.
Thing
And
is,
part
for
of
the
that,
most part, most of the schools that I've noticed, at least now, they're not really prepping them for, the workforce anymore. They're prepping them to take tests, and that's it.
well, that's again why, school choice is a thing. Teachers unions are evil, and yeah. But here's the thing: teachers. The reason they're going to do that, and the reason they're going to say no, and it sucks, but school only takes up 6 hours a day.
I don't know how much it takes up anymore. They've cut it so short.
Well, again, that's teachers' unions and parents crying that their kids are spending too much time at school. I mean, what do you expect?
I expect kids to be at school all fucking day.
Well, if it was up to me, kids would go to school 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, with and have 2 weeks off a year. And only be let out to pick tomatoes in the fucking summertime. But we don't live in a perfect world. So and be forced, and they wouldn't be allowed to have calculators or computers, and cell phones would be confiscated at the front door because no child needs a cell phone in school. You need to get in touch with your child for an emergency during the day. You call the fucking office. That's what they're there for. Also, this whole 16-year-olds get to drive. 16-year-olds get to drive mopeds. That's it. No cars. Teenagers in cars are fucking dangerous.
Yes, they are.
And I'd be like, I don't know. Also,
I didn't get my driver's license until I was 18.
And another thing you would do is you would just say, oh, well, there's also those in your studies, no fucking LGBTQ fucking elemental PZ shit, They'd be teaching kids how to do long division. You take their calculators away from them. I mean, we'd go back to the reason is they spend more time with political indoctrination in schools these days than they do actually teaching kids.
Exactly. I mean, that's what I mean by they're not even preparing them for the workforce anymore. I mean, hell, a lot of schools, they've gotten rid of the classes that, that would get them ready for that.
No, because you have to have your prerequisite orange man bad classes. Look, it's Trumpelkins. We need to destroy Trumpelkins. Oh no. Karl Marx. We're feelings. 27 genders this week. Might be some more next week. Purple hair, feel good. You know that everyone's gay, blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. No, fuck that. We have to teach everyone to love everyone. No, fuck that. You know what? Fuck the school systems. Fuck public school. It's goddamn garbage and not worth the fucking tax money that goes into it. And most of that is because of fucking teachers' unions and the fact that probably 90% of early education teachers in this country are fucking Marxists. Because they've come in and that's basically what's happened.
Well, that's one of the things. It's just it's a trickle down from college academia.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm gonna be blunt. Most of the fucking the early education majors are just utterly shitty people. They're the girls that went and got drunk on Tuesdays.
Hey, Six, how are you?
Hungry.
Obviously. I guess you remembered that we don't care if you're eating and doing the show?
Yeah.
Just eat your damn chicken.
Cheeseburger tonight.
Is it a chicken cheeseburger?
Nope. It is a cheeseburger.
Ugh.
That'd be daring. I'm quite the edgelord with my double cheeseburger.
Does it have bacon on it?
Nope, they didn't have bacon tonight. They ran out of bacon.
That's horrible.
Yep. How's everybody tonight?
Okay.
Fine.
Yeah. I drove all over town today looking for a fucking car. I'm trying to buy owner, and my roommate, she's like, I'm only gonna buy a car for $1,000. I'm like, okay, bitch, then you're just gonna get cars that either are too old for you but will still get us where we need to go, or pieces of shit that are just junk.
Yeah.
Yep. The $1,000 price range. Garbage you really don't want to drive.
Well, she doesn't drive any fucking way.
So, well, wait. If she doesn't drive, then why does she care?
Because she's the one paying for it.
Okay, then maybe she should drive.
Kind of hard to when you don't have a valid driver's license.
And why doesn't she have a valid driver's license?
Due to a speeding ticket.
Okay, so why do you use a speeding ticket get rid of your driver's license? I mean, how many
priors?
How many speeding tickets? Yeah, let's.
Oh no, actually, excuse me. In the wonderful town of Orlando, or excuse me, the metropolis of Orlando, they just kept increasing. You know, she didn't know she had the ticket up, according to her. I can't prove otherwise, but they just they didn't try any other way of getting hold of her, or I don't know what they tried, but what is it?
You're being generous there with Metropolis. It's more of a tourist trap.
It still meets the requirements of a metropolis.
Hmm.
In their mind.
The interest rates on it, it just kept going up and up and up, and she owes like over $1,800.
In other words, she didn't pay her bill.
Yeah.
For like a long freaking time.
Yeah, in other words, a $300 ticket became a fucking $1,800 ticket because she didn't pay her damn bill. Gotcha.
Yep. And I'm
pay your damn bill. Pay your damn bill. I mean, that's pretty fucking simple.
For most sensible people.
See, I told her, I was like, okay, what you need to do is you need to call down there and explain your financial situation But you have to keep in contact with them about it, or else they're going to make the, continue to let the damn thing get higher. She's like, oh, I did that. They really did stop it. And I asked her like 2 weeks later, I was like, did you call them and tell them your financial situation hasn't changed? No. Why not? Because they already stopped it from increasing. Oh, no. I told you, you need to contact them every 2 weeks and explain. If you need to, you have to give them proof. Well, how do you know this? Because I've had to do it. Luckily, Lowndes County, Georgia is actually more forgiving than Orlando, Florida.
Well, Orlando, Florida, they make all of their money over tourist season.
Yeah. They are actually the main reason why we don't have a state tax.
I wouldn't say that. As long as you have like an 8% sales tax, you usually don't need a.
We only pay 7 cents on the dollar.
Yeah.
This is a town with an upside down building.
Oh, that's a Ripley's.
Yeah. But it looks like an upside down building.
It is an upside down building. That's the way almost every Ripley's is.
I mean, this is also the place that has something called the Museum of Ice Cream that charges you like $80 to fucking get a scoop of ice cream. So,
Yeah, my mom wanted to go in there until she saw how much they charge, and then she was like, "Fuck them."
And this is why I call them fucking garbage and tourist traps. And
Oh no, I fucking hate Orlando. I hate Tampa. I hate Miami. All because, for the most part, you need the interstate to get around those fucking towns. I hate the interstate.
Well, I'm a big fan of fucking biological warfare, but
But I mean, Saturday I have to get up early, take the dog over to my aunt's, and then drive my happy ass down to Tampa to go pick up my roommate and her son. This is why I have a rental car this week. And she decided, oh, we're going to go to the beach while we're down there. I'm like, you do realize I'm not taking the interstate to get down there. She's like, oh, but it's going to take you forever. I'm like, 3 hours and 9 minutes. I'm not taking the fucking interstate. There's the road, the highway 301 that goes straight down there.
Didn't poor Burnside used to work down there?
Yep, he wouldn't mind working back at Disney, and my roommate could actually get him a job there. She knows people that works there.
Kitty.
Yeah, my kitty's here. Kitty says hello.
Is that the tortie?
Yeah, it's the tortie. She's the most talkative of the two. She always likes to say hello to anybody I'm talking to on the internet.
Mm.
And then complain that there's not enough water in her water bowl, even though it's full.
It's not the right water. It has to be Perrier.
Yeah, I have to. And she has to watch me dump it out and then put new water in.
Open the bottle of sparkling water and fill it.
Pretty much.
I mean, I told Tara that if your roommate could be convinced to come off $8,000, she could have a brand new BMW.
I would want her to lose about 150 pounds first before she gets on it.
Well, according to the tech specs, it can hold up to 500 pounds. So
I don't care. I would feel bad for the vehicle, for the little scooter as it was, having to be under that weight. I wouldn't sit on it without losing some weight.
I just think it would be hilariously funny, because if she's bigger than you and as wide as she is tall, it would be like watching a Kirby ride a moped. Let that image sink in for a second.
Oh, it's already there. Now I have to work on an image of Kirby riding a moped.
You know those letters on
Okay.
pants we were talking about earlier?
Yeah.
Her letters will belong to a C-130.
Yeah, that doesn't really work because their registration numbers are actually pretty much the same damn size. They don't get bigger. They're just really big on a Cessna because Cessna tends to paint them down the fuselage, while the tail numbers on aircraft tend to be smaller. Military aircraft tend to be smaller because, tactical. I get where you're going. But,
I remember seeing like Tomcats had numbers almost the size of their stabilizers.
yeah, that's back when the Navy used to do the art thing. They don't do the art thing anymore.
Oh boy. I just ran across something here. Okay, this is something I've been actually anticipating for a little while. It's a Chinese movie called Wandering Earth.
Oh, what are the Chinese going to do now?
It's it's a post-apocalyptic kind of movie.
So yeah, the Chinese are the only one that come out. Okay.
Well, in other words, a documentary. Anyhow,
What movie is this?
it's called Wandering Earth. You ever see that episode of Futurama where the robots all shoot fire out of their asses and move the planet a few hundred miles?
I have.
Yeah, it's essentially the same premise, except no robot asses.
Ah. So it's more.
So Netflix, it's coming to Netflix. But I'm not seeing a date here.
Oh, is that the same place that's doing the Alicia Cortez fucking biopic?
I have no idea.
Yeah, they paying her $10 million to make her a movie about her life.
Really?
Yeah,
That's pathetic.
They're paying her $10 million? They're paying her?
yeah, $10 million negotiated deal.
I wonder if they got Yui Boll to.
How much is that going to go to those t-shirts she wanted to invest in?
I'm imagining it's going to go to her fucking summer house in the Hamptons.
Oh yeah, because that's where all the socialists like to hang out.
Well, when Bernie loses the fucking Democratic primary again with all the money he's got, he's going to buy another his fourth estate.
Yeah, come to America where the socialists are the bourgeoisie.
Well, the socialists always are the bourgeoisie because, quite frankly, the inner party always rapes everyone else just simply for the fucking well, we really care about the people. Really? No, you don't.
No, they don't. Yeah.
Well, they're like, oh, we care a lot.
I'm not seeing a date here. I want to know when this is going to be up there. So Netflix is going to translate it into 28 languages. That I don't care as long as it's.
English is one of them.
I guess so. As long as I don't have to watch it in lolcat, then.
In what cat?
Lolcat.
Okay, whatever that is.
Icon has cheeseburger.
Oh. And that explains it. My ex-husband made a meme when they were starting to come out that has a picture of his cat, and it says Icon has cookie.
I wonder how this AOC Netflix show is going to cover the Amazon fuck up?
It will probably be left out conveniently. And other news of Netflix, speaking of this, all Marvel shows on Netflix are canceled.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Hulu picked them up too.
Nope.
They're all going to Disney Plus.
Which, since I hate the Disney, means that I won't be watching any of them anyway. So fuck it, don't care.
Oh, so speaking of Disney Plus, my roommate was talking about, she's like, I can't wait to watch Captain Marvel on Netflix. I'm like, it's not coming to Netflix. Yes,
Ever.
it is. There's a release date for it. I said, when? She goes, March 8th. I'm like, that's when you can watch it in fucking theaters. I said, it's not coming to Netflix. I said, even Netflix's website, what's new on Netflix, says it's not coming to Netflix.
Yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp was the last one that they were going to bring to Netflix.
Like, well, I get Disney employee news that it's still coming to Netflix. No, it's not.
Yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp was the last one that they were going to bring. It's not much of an issue for me since I own the Blu-ray.
So that means that the new episodes of Star Wars Clone Wars is not going to Netflix. Shit.
Nope. That's okay. Here's the thing. Captain Marvel will probably be the last Marvel Universe movie.
Why?
It's going to tank so fucking bad, it's going to kill the franchise. Thank you, Disney.
That is just going to kill Captain Marvel, and they're going to know not to make another Black Panther.
Oh, Black Panther was the greatest movie ever. Don't you know? No.
I keep falling asleep during that movie.
It's let's make a mythical country in fucking Africa with a that has a magical level of tech that's better than everybody else.
Richard Spencer liked the premise of the movie.
And make it an
average at best.
And make it an ethno state.
That's
why Richard Spencer liked it, is because it was an ethno state.
Well, that it was also the most technologically advanced country in the world in this universe because it was an ethno state. He's like, see, that was my argument the entire time.
I mean, here's the thing. Africa's a shithole. All right, all of Africa is a fucking shithole. There used to be these bright spots in southern Africa that were ruled by white minorities that were civilized. They're not anymore. Zimbabwe is a big shithole, and South Africa is fastly becoming a fifth world country.
Wait, okay, what's a fifth and fourth world country?
That's saying they're so shitty they don't even rate as third world anymore.
Well, I understand like first, second, and third world refer to like Cold War allegiances.
No, it differs on scale of economical development. Third world being a developing nation, second world being non-superpower, first world being a superpower. Like technically, even though England wants to, be like, we're first world problems. No, you're not. You're a second. You're a second-rate power. But that what do you expect from a country that has no fucking shells for the 5-inch guns of its navy? Yeah.
So I gotta jump out of here because I smell like a tuna's feet.
I was gonna say you smell like a wet pussy.
No, just the feet.
Oh. Well, it is about that time anyway.
The concept of the First World originated during the Cold War. It's about the allegiances. First World countries were countries that allied with the U.S. Second World was Soviet Union. Third World were neutral.
Nah, I'm not going to say that. That's really there, because it's really more about superpowers versus non-superpowers, because England is not a superpower, despite what they want to think.
They haven't been a superpower since World War II.
No, they haven't been a superpower since the 1700s.
When ships were still wooden.
Yeah. When they started dismantling when they lacked force projection, when their Navy finally took a massive shit. I mean, we've only really ever had two superpowers in the modern age, America and the Soviet Union. I mean, China is not even a superpower. It's an economic superpower, but it's not a military superpower.
I've got 1 like. And we have 4 minutes left to the show. We actually made it the full 2 hours.
Oh, let's kill this thing.
6, you still there?
I am still here.
Want to go ahead and show?
Sure. Well, it's been put back a few times, but this Tuesday, something awesome is going to be on the horizon. So I will be, of course, I'll be, of course, on Twitter advertising it.
I'm just going to say I got a sneaky peek, and all I'm going to say is grapes.
Yeah. Let's see. Also, this coming Wednesday is going to be another episode of A Few Will Do, and I will have a special guest, and you'll all have to find out who that is.
I shall cross my fingers and toes.
And that's about all I got to shill.
Chunky Monkey.
I got nothing to shill. I'm going to a con tomorrow, and I'll be sharing pictures there.
Hey, make sure you don't support Vic, or you might get arrested.
Yeah, I think that was just Pensacon.
If they do arrest you, scream, learn to code.
Yeah.
You think Jesse Smollett can learn to code behind bars?
And then and then go. They can't. Then yell out. They can't stop the signal, Mal.
You can never stop the signal. Nano, anything to show?
Nope.
All right. I'm Tara Sin. You found my channel. You can find me on pretty much any social media except for Facebook. You'll find me as Ambrosia Locke. That's Locke with an E at the end. I got some videos coming up. Go check out my Trump protest. Tell me what you think of the thumbnail I made. No, I was not going for it looking, spiffy, professional type deal. Fuck you, Burnside.
Hey, it looks really good for MS Paint.
It's GIMP, dude. It's GIMP.
Dude, just say it's MS Paint. It makes it look better.
No. I'm not gonna lie. But I wasn't trying for it to look, awesome. I was trying for it. I was trying, but I wasn't trying. If I was trying, I would have thrown the laptop against the wall.
Yeah, I never could quite get the hang of GIMP.
It's not that hard, really, but maybe it's just the way it works for me. I can't grasp Photoshop. All right, so good night, everybody, and tune in tomorrow. It's the Friday Night Chaos stream. I'll most likely be the one hosting the show, whereas Scooby will MC. So have a good night.
Because Scooby's computer is powered by coal, steam, and 3 dead hamsters.
It's essentially a string of lemons.
Good night, all.
Night.